All right, so here we go. We just got a ton of official updates about Space Marine 2. We're talking about Update 7, the exact release time, and yes, even Update 8. Plus, we've got to take a look at these brand new leaks about Season 4, more specifically Horde mode. Let me tell you what, if these leaks pan out to be true, this is going to be one crazy Horde mode. Let me tell you what. Plus, yeah, I'm going to be going over your top comments, but you know what? I also did release a video about this game right here. This game is wild, and it's single player only, which I think will appeal to a lot of you guys. It has a lot of parkour in it, but it's kind of like cyberpunk Doom. It's called Metal Eden, and you have to check it out for yourself. So be sure to wishlist it on whatever platform you're on, whether it's on the PlayStation, Xbox, or Steam through the respective stores, and get that free demo to try it out for yourself. Always love a dev team that offers up a free demo, because I did a recent video with them. It was a sponsored video, of course. I got to disclose that, but I believe in this game so much, I wanted to give it another mention here. So follow that link in the description below to learn more about it. Enter into a really cool speed run challenge that they're doing with the free demo that is out right now. You can download that demo on basically any platform, PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam right now. So go get it, check it out for yourself. But I have to mention it again because I absolutely love the aesthetic of this game, the flow of it, the gameplay, and yeah, it comes from a really, really cool dev team. So check it out in the description below. But anyway, all right, so I say we start out right here with an official announcement that yes, the public test server for Space Marine 2 will be closing tomorrow as Update 7 rolls out and goes live. Now, they will be reopening that down the road, so they do need more feedback. So you can consider this to be like phase 1 of the public test server. There is going to be more, but how did you guys like the public test server? I think it was smart for them to do it, to get an idea from the community if we like the updates or not, and I'm glad to see that they are going to keep going with this. Now, we also did have this question: can someone confirm the date of Update 7? And the response is April 15th at 11 a.m. CEST time. So I'll try to throw in a time converter in the description below, but yeah, we are near launch, baby, for Update 7. I cannot wait. Now, there were some more dev responses, of course, from the dev team out on the official Space Marine 2 Discord. Let's see what they had to say here. So here's the question. Sorry for the bombardment, but is there any plans for more ordeals? Great question. Here's the response. Right now, I don't think so. So currently that is not in the plans. It's not priority, but would you guys like to see that sort of thing? Also, here's another great question. Quick question for you. Do you know if in the next update coming tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, depending on time zones, when they introduce private PvP lobbies, if we can complete ordeals in those private lobbies? As in, if I kill a heavy 5 times with this barrier up in a private session, will that count as a completion of the first step in the Tarnished Halo ordeal? Great question, and the answer is hi. Yes, you can. So you can actually do that. Remember, you're going to have to flip it back to online, of course, for that to register those ordeals. But that is really, really cool that you can go in there in private PvP lobbies and actually complete those. So yeah, kudos to the dev team for that one. Also, we have this question right here. Check it out. It says, when is the Mark III helmet coming? And that is currently not planned right now. Also, what about FOV support on consoles? That is still a no, which is a bummer to report. And what about voices, as in choosing what voice a class has? And that is not currently in the plans, because these are actual like characters, you know, that are cemented in the plot line of Space Marine 2. I don't think it would make sense for you to be able to choose voices, although maybe that's something you guys would like to see for the franchise to adapt to in the future. Sound off if that's the case, if you want to be able to create your Space Marine from absolute scratch. That's actually a great question there. Also, we have, hello, can I ask you, with the release of patch 7, will PST also receive an update with 8.0 functions, or will you close it for some time? So will we be getting PTS essentially before update 8 to test out update 8 features? And here's the response from the community team, who is also very much in touch with the dev team. They say, hello, sorry, you mean, will there be a PTS session for patch 8 like there is for patch 7? If so, the answer is yes, we want to do it. So it is very much in the plans for us to test out things before they roll out those changes with the next major patch after update 7. So that's cool to know. So it sounds like we're going to have more fun in PTS. Now, let's get on to those Horde mode leaks and Season 4, because if this pans out to be true, it's going to be crazy. Now, I am going to say one thing before I get into this. that some of this would be considered spoilerific. So you have been warned. If you want to keep Horde mode completely free of spoilers, do not go forward. So yeah, you've been warned. Here we go. So yeah, to start, it seems like we're going to be facing off against Horde mode chaos enemies, and there's some interesting variants in here, by the way. As you can see right here, they're not messing around. We have the full arsenal of chaos enemies, even the chaos occult terminator is in there as well, which is very cool to see. The Hellbrute apparently is going to be making an appearance too, but this is where things start to get interesting. Of course, we have the exalted sorcerer, but this is very cool. Apparently, we're going to be facing off against the Lord of Change, and apparently there's also something called Change Phantom, which leads us to the Titus clone. So this is why I offered some spoilers and warnings about this one, because if this pans out to be true, that's going to be absolutely crazy. I don't know at what phase a Titus clone would appear, but I would think that it would be later down the road as you get further and further into that Horde mode. What wave, we don't exactly know. It doesn't give any details about what wave, a Titus clone would appear, but this sounds absolutely badass. But it's so cool to see that they're doing something with the Lord of Change. I don't know if this is a new variant, but it sounds like it's going to be one badass battle, let me tell you what. But yeah, I've mentioned it time and time again. When it comes to the single player campaign, one of my favorite parts of that is, of course, that final boss battle. I'm hoping that's kind of what we're getting here in this Horde mode with this. I don't know if it's a variant of Lord of Change or what have you, but I'm crossing my fingers that it's similar, because that would be one badass boss to be facing off against in Horde mode, or, PvE or something like that. So yeah, we'll see if that pans out to be true, but let me know what you guys make of this leak. It's a big one. Again, that's why I offer those spoiler tags on this one. But you know what? We got to talk about this right here. Like, come on, how are you going to keep this from us? It's already in the game. Just give it to us. And it seems like a lot of you guys want to see this armor customization, this variant, of course, for none other than the Bulwark. I mean, look at the cape, looks absolutely badass. So I do expect that something like this would be coming down the road. Here's what he says: it's absolutely beautiful, and it's absolutely atrocious that you put it in the game for us, then don't allow us to have it. You're like the parent that purposely drove their kid past McDonald's back in the day, knowing damn well we could see the play area. That's a great metaphor right there. But someone did comment this, as well. Sorry, only snipers can have capes. And he's being sarcastic, of course, but still, it would be interesting if they did introduce capes to the Bulwark. I think it would be absolutely badass. Now, we have an unpopular opinion. Let me know if it is or not. Check it out. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but this thing looks like absolute ass. He's talking about, of course, this right here. And yeah, this is definitely not my personal favorite look. They go on to say this: a tiny piece of Tyranid doesn't look like it came from anything bigger than a gaunt duct taped to an already bulky pauldron that together throws the entire Marine's proportions out of whack. The leather straps are laughable. It looks like old tape. The tiny rivets at the ends make it worse because the dry, crusty leather looks like they could rip off at any moment. They offend my eyes. So yeah, a lot of people agreed with this one. 3,600 upvotes. And we also have this: I don't like it either, but I see the theme they were going for. All the cosmetics were for building a tyrannic war veteran ultramarine. But it's definitely a miss in my opinion. I feel like they could update this down the road. But mentioning Tyranids, someone posted this, and I love this idea. A nighttime map for Tyranids would be cool. Dude. Absolutely. And it would be awesome if they could take the existing maps and liven them up and offer variants for day and night. But let me know if you guys like that or not, or if you say, hey, keep it as is, don't touch the current existing maps, just give us new nighttime maps, especially for the Tyranids. I would absolutely love to see this, because I think they could do a lot with fires and lighting and stuff like that. All right, so you guys know what time it is. It is time to get into your top comments. Now, remember, be sure to check out my video about Metal Eden on the channel. Link in that description below. This game is absolutely crazy. It's a high-octane, single-player only, by the way, sci-fi, cyberpunk-esque first-person shooter. And dude, it is so damn good. You guys have got to check it out. There's a free demo out, by the way, right now on all platforms. That's PlayStation, Xbox Store, and of course Steam Store. So go get it, try it out for yourself. And there's also a cool speed run competition going on with a $1,000 prize pool all the details in that description below, but it is a wild game and it would be a disservice not to mention it again. Yeah, I have like a 50-minute video up on the channel about this one, so go get it, check it out. All right, so yeah, let's go over your top comments. Here we go. So the first one is this one: female Space Marines, Custodes, that's a no. And then the Sisters of Battles, though, silence, that's a check mark. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Sisters of Battle would be badass. I watched a video, it's kind of like a cinematic video about the Sisters of Battle. I'm like, dude, they're legit. They are badass looking. But yeah, I think the Sisters of Battle would absolutely make sense. And I think that would honestly be the safest bet in the direction they would head in if they did ultimately decide to add them into Space Marine as a franchise. That would probably be Space Marine 3 if they did actually do that. They did confirm that you would see, I don't think, anything like this in Space Marine 2. So yeah, I think they're pretty happy with the character offerings currently. Of course, we are getting that new class down the road. So yeah, that's going to be cool. But anyway, let's keep going. But yeah, you can see how the next two comments also agree with this, that they would like to see Sisters of Battle or Silence in the game. And we have, you don't even have to add a customized bots feature. Just make the bots use your loadouts. They already have to be different classes. Loadouts already exist. And most people would have customized their loadouts. However, scripting bots for the other weapons to actually be good with them is something else. I still think it would be neat, yeah, if they can give us a lot more customization options for these AI bots. Even when it comes to cosmetics, I'm going to say, but you're dead on about why not just use your existing class loadouts that you already have. That makes complete sense. Just load them up onto the AI bots. Why not? And what do we got next? We have love a true solo mode. No bots, no teammates, just me and a sword. So, hey, it seems like a lot of you guys are actually down for that idea. I did mention that in that video that, you know, they were asked about, hey, is it possible that we would be able to get rid of AI bots even and just solo through these operations ourselves? And the response is that's not priority at all. But it seems like you guys would be down for that type of challenge. And we have, on the female side, I think Sisters of Battles are viable for Space Marine 3. Hell yes. And using pros was easy as hell, and I've had zero issues with it, and female Marines is a dead ass no. But you know, it's interesting. I've seen so many comments that pros has been an issue for so many people. Let me know if that's the case for you, but I'm wondering if it's dedicated to one platform that these problems are arising or not. I don't know all the details, but it's definitely been a problem, at least out on the community forums from what I have seen. And they are aware of that. I'm just crossing my fingers that they've done some changes to make it easier to get your rewards, and that you do get your rewards, you know. All right, so yes, there it is. The latest happenings around Space Marine 2. Thank you guys so much for the love and support on the videos as always. It's good to be back, but thank you guys, and I will see you all next time. Take care.